This is the all-new 2021 GMC Yukon Denali XL, and it is an $83,000 masterpiece, both inside and out. And today I'm going to show you why this is the most luxurious vehicle you can buy today. Now, I think the Denali is much better looking than the Cadillac Escalade, which is really the only vehicle you can compare it to. And the reason I think that is because an Escalade, you pull in somewhere and it's a bit loud. You know, it's almost a little too flashy. So the Denali has this quiet but just amazing look to it where it commands the road. And talking about commanding the road, this vehicle sits almost 7 feet tall, 7 feet wide, and the XL model is 19 feet long. There's nothing subtle about this driving down the road, but yet you arrive in a sort of elegance that is unmatched. Now, moving on to the engine, the Denali comes standard with GM's 6.2-liter engine paired with the 10-speed transmission. What does that mean? You get 420 horsepower and almost 465 foot-pounds of torque with a towing capacity of 8,200 pounds. And moving on to that absolute road presence, we have in the front here the signature C LEDs paired with GMC's new tri-stack LED headlamps. On the front, our signature Denali grille. This has not changed. You go down the road today, you see that big chrome shiny grille, you know that someone's driving a Denali. The Denali XL starts off with a base price of $74,000. The way this one is equipped brings us all the way up to $83,110. And I'm going to tell you why. I've got the sticker here in my hand, and most of that upgrade cost is coming from the Denali Premium Package. It's a $5,000 option that gets you your power assist steps, your panoramic roof, adaptive cruise control, enhanced automatic braking, a security package, a rear camera mirror, which I'm going to show you in a little bit, and a rear camera mirror washer. Now, anyone who lives in Aroostook County knows one of the worst things about the wintertime is your backup camera gets absolutely filthy. Well, we've got a solution for that. And I would be remiss if I didn't talk about these. The 22-inch chrome wheels. These are a $3,000 option. But I mean, just look at them and look at the vehicle. Now, as I said earlier, this does have the power retractable steps. All you have to do, pop the door open. Our steps come down and greet us, and as soon as we get back in, they go back up. On our mirrors, you'll notice on the corners here, we do have small cameras. This has a 360-degree camera view, and I'm going to show you that inside. But before we take a look inside, I want to show you a couple more exterior features. The first being our keyless entry and exit. You get out of the vehicle, you're going to the store, you push the button, it locks, mirrors fold in, and you're all set to go inside. Standard on all GM vehicles nowadays is the capless fuel fill. You just open up the door, grab your fuel nozzle, and stick it in. Moving around to the back of the Yukon, I find one of my favorite features, and it's one of the first things I noticed when this came off the carrier the other day, is the dual exhaust ports. On each side, we have 2 exhaust outlets with the polished stainless steel tips. And the reason I love this is it reminds me of the Camaro. You get this beautiful, beautiful, striking vehicle, and then they don't forget about the back end of it, which a lot of car manufacturers do. They only look at vehicles from the front, not the Denali. We have these beautiful polished tips, the chrome accents, and our massive GMC signature taillights. Now, talking about the rear styling of this vehicle, I'd be remiss if I didn't mention the 2 favorite things I noticed about this vehicle. 1, your rear wiper tucks up underneath here, so you get this really clean look on the back end of your vehicle. And 2, this has our hands-free liftgate operation. You got groceries in your hand, you come up, just swipe your foot underneath, and that power liftgate's going to open itself up. Now, I wanted to start the interior tour in the back. The reason is this is the XL model. It's one of the first in the state of Maine, and it means you get almost 2 extra feet compared to the regular one, and you can still put 8 people in that. Now, to anyone who's carting around kids or has a large family, this is just invaluable. So, talking about carrying extra people or carting around the kids, let's say we need a little more extra cargo room for some hockey bags or skis. In the rear of the vehicle, you're going to find 4 power buttons as well as an AC plug-in. Those 4 power buttons allow us to drop down the 3rd and 2nd rows, both folding and power retracting. There's not much GMC hasn't thought of. So let's take a look up front. For the first time ever, the Denali models don't just have an elevated trim, they have an actually exclusive interior. You will not see this interior layout on any other trim level except for the Denali model. Now, talking about trim, look at this interior. The Denali is available in 4 color themes. This is called Teak and Light Shale, and I think this interior color theme is the best you can order. I mean, just take a look at these light colored seats paired with this dark, almost cocoa dash. It's just so striking. The dichotomy of the 2 colors just blends in with the rest of the vehicle. And in addition to your color themes, you have real wood trim. It's not fake, it's real. There's no plastic on this vehicle anywhere. Now, talking about trim, obviously this vehicle is going to be packed with features. Just some of the interior things are heated, cooled seats, heated rear seats. You've got a heated steering wheel. We've got our exclusive Bose 14-speaker sound system, panoramic sunroof, and exclusive to this model is the 10.2-inch touchscreen, which I'm going to show you in just a minute. Now, with our infotainment center, as mentioned before, we have 2 AC plug-ins and 8 USB ports throughout the vehicle. So for all those 8 passengers, if you need to charge your phone, we got you covered. Now, if you buy a Denali, they don't want you to forget it. So you've got Denali plating in the door sills, you've got a Denali badge on the steering wheel, and Denali in the back seats. Now let's start off with the panoramic sunroof. This is brand new for the 2021s, and it's the first time we've seen a panoramic sunroof in a full-size GM SUV. We have our 10.2-inch touchscreen here, and basically the button layouts in the Denali is going to be completely different than the other models, okay? So I've got my protective covering here. This vehicle, like I said, is sold, and we're going to keep that on there till they come in. But the 10.2-inch is just an amazing way to display your GPS and anything else you're going to project onto the screen. One of my biggest complaints with the old General Motors SUVs was the shifter level. If I'm paying all this money for a tricked out, high trim level SUV, I don't want the same plastic shifter that you're putting on your base model pickups. Well, we fixed that in the 21 model. That takes us to the shifter column. Right here, you'll see we have all of our shifting gears. All you have to do is flick which gear you want to go into, and with the reverse engages our 360 wraparound camera. As you can see, we have a top-down view here. We have a reverse view, but not only that, I can switch it, and now we're looking forward. So you're not going to curb the front of this vehicle. And looking at our dash, the front end is basically all digital. This is highly customizable. We can see our fuel stats, things like that. Pretty standard. I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time here. On the side, we have our buttons. This is lane keep assist. It's a safety feature. Our rear park assist, that's what's going to beep and buzz your seat. Now, yes, this does have the safety seat. It's going to vibrate if it thinks you're going to crash or hit into something. We have a heads-up display here that's mounted up in the dash, our auto stop, and our AC plug-in for the rear. Now, in the middle of our infotainment center, you're going to notice this large real wood covering. We just simply slide that back and reveal the cup holders. You've got charging port with a USB-C, a regular USB, and a standard 12-volt. In addition to our power sources, this is a charging pad for your cell phone. So just lay it down there, and your phone's going to charge wirelessly. Looking at buttons, heated seats, heated back, and our cooled seats. Same for the passenger. One thing you're going to notice is all of the buttons are wrapped in this beautiful chrome trim, and it just adds a layer of sophistication to the interior of the vehicle. Now, this particular model is equipped with the second row bench seating. It's a split bench, 60-40, and all of the rear seats are heated with a rear control panel back there. In our third row, you're going to find room for 3 more people. One of my complaints on the old Yukon XLs was it was almost impossible to see out the back of the vehicle, especially if you had a full vehicle, full cargo, and you were headed down the highway going somewhere. I can't check behind me for safety. Well, General Motors has thought of that. Enter the digital mirror. So right now we've got an unassuming mirror. You can see my camera here and you can see the back of the vehicle. It's very difficult to see out. We'll just flick a switch right there, and now we've got a rear camera mounted on the back of the vehicle, and you can see everything going on behind you. That's pretty sweet. In the headliner, you're going to find the buttons for the power liftgate, the second row seats. So if for some reason you need to drop the second row down on the fly, you can. We also have a power vent shade for the sunroof and LED reading lamps. And last but not least is the back seat of the Denali XL. Now, I'm not a very tall guy. I'm about 5'9½". The half matters. I've got plenty of leg room, but if you're a little taller and you should find yourself in the back seat, not a problem. You just flick a lever here and slide on back. The back seat comes equipped with its own climate controls, heated seat buttons, and another AC plug-in. One thing I love about being in the back seat of this vehicle is how much natural light is coming in. This wraparound sunroof makes all of the difference, and I can enjoy a beautiful view of the sky while I'm being driven in my brand new Denali. Now, when General Motors first announced the new redesign on the Yukons and the Tahoes, I saw the pictures and I was a little skeptical. I didn't know how it was going to look in person, what its road presence would be like, what it was going to be like inside. And I have to tell you, I've been in the car business for quite a while, and let me tell you what, this is a winner. It is absolutely stunning. It has such great road presence. You sit inside and you're just wrapped in luxury. I cannot explain to you how this vehicle makes you feel sitting inside of it. You just have to experience it if you never have. And unfortunately, this particular one is sold. It's going to its new home today, which is why I wanted to make this video. But if you want to spec one out, if you want to order one, come down and see us. We'll help you out. Thanks for watching. I'm Carroll from Carroll's Auto Sales, and I hope you enjoyed the video.